everyone. This is Joel over here, and this is our first episode on React course. And we will cover all the React components and major basic things for beginners to learn React in upcoming episodes. So, as a first episode, let's understand what is React and some theory concepts of React before entering into a practical environment. So, React. What is React? React is actually not a framework, it is a JavaScript library. A library in the sense it's like already pre-written codes which we can pick and we can use it for a programming purpose. Example, like if you guys are aware with C or C++ program, we have to include the libraries with hashtag include stdio.h. Those kinds of libraries we have to use, right? So that is called library over here. So React is a library and it's not a framework. We'll discuss about framework in later. So just understand React is a JavaScript library. We are gonna use it by importing and exporting things. That's it. And who created this React? So React has been created by Facebook in 2013, which is like fast and interactive and responsive. So basically, reactive is used to make a front end development. It has like fast and the components over things are like interactive and responsive. So responsive in the sense React can be used for different dimension of devices or screen displays. React is more suitable to create a web application which can either work in your desktop modes or your mobile screens or else your tablets or Mac or iMac. So it is more responsive compared to other UI developments. So React is fast, interactive, and responsive too. So why React? So why React in the sense React is like component based, fast performance, reusable code, strong community. All these factors have been included in React. So what is component based? So component, let's take an example of a subscribe button in a YouTube. So a subscribe button is a component which has some computational functions inside it. So when a subscribe button is being clicked, some computation should be happen and some functional should be done and it should project as a result over there, right? So it's like component based. So React supports a component based and it's fast performance. So React has routers in it. So it's basically fast for performing and it's very useful for now and reusable code. So React is more stronger in writing smaller codes with greater impact and those codes can be reused again and again for our same applications or else like different programs you can say. And strong community, so across the globe many people uses React. So React has so many of tutorials or else like presets you can just download and you can import and use it. So it has stronger community, so you can just ask your issues through the online or else you can download some presets and basically you have people to help you to work in React projects. So now let's understand what is DOM. So DOM stands for Document Object Model. It is a programming interface for web documents that represents the structure of document as a tree-like data structure. You can see. Let's consider. Uh, you have actual DOM, virtual DOM, updated virtual DOM, and updated actual DOM, right? So let's discuss one by one. So actual DOM is a proper web page which is you have built. Let's consider actual DOM as your proper web page which you have built, and virtual DOM is the DOM which is being created by React, which is an exact copy of your actual DOM. So you can see all the trees and structures have been same over here, right? So virtual DOM is an exact copy of an actual DOM. So now, what happens in React in the sense if you wanted to change, let's consider a same subscribe button in a YouTube. If a subscribe button has been clicked from the UI, what React does is it doesn't go and immediately updates in the actual DOM. It just it just creates a copy of your actual DOM as a virtual DOM. And in those virtual DOM, it makes the changes. And this is called updated virtual DOM. Let's see the node on the right hand side has been updated. And now this updated virtual DOM is being compared to actual DOM. So by comparing, this method is called diffing method. So diffing is like comparing your updated virtual DOM to your actual DOM and figuring out the differences between them. And these differences have been again updated in the actual DOM instead of updating the whole DOM. Basically, instead of updating the whole DOM, it takes more time and space complexity and other factors, right? So let's take a copy of your original web page and we'll just figure out the differences from the original web page and your virtual thing. And those differences alone be changed and updated in the actual DOM instead of updating the whole thing. So this is called reconciliation, which is like updating the required changes instead of the whole thing. So this reduces time and space complexity and other factors too. So yeah, that is called DOM purpose in React. So DOM is a document object model. So the best competitor for React is Angular. So React is also called as React JS because React is mostly written with JavaScript. So we have React and React JS. And for React Native, the best competitor is Flutter, which is React Native is used for mobile apps, whereas React is used for web apps. So for React, the best competitor is Angular. So what is the difference between React and Angular? First thing is, as I said earlier, React is been given by our Facebook in 2013, and Angular is being given by our well-known company called Google. And React is a library, as I said earlier, and Angular is a full-fledged front-end framework. So what is framework? Framework is like it has some template, it has some set of rules. So you have to obey those rules and patterns to construct your web page. But whereas React is like full flexible, you can use whatever thing and it doesn't follow any template. But you have some syntax things, right? You should follow those syntax alone. But it doesn't have any template or else like preset of rules. So as I said, like Java, React is being used by a JavaScript language and plus JSX. So JSX is nothing but JavaScript with XML code. So we will see what is XML code and all these things in later. And Angular is written by TypeScript. So DOM. So now let's come to DOM. React has this virtual DOM which I explained you few minutes back. So React has a virtual DOM which is like it gives a faster update, whereas like Angular, it has a real DOM with change detection, which is like quite opposite to React DOM, you can say. So let's consider main focus on React rather than Angular. So data binding, we have one-way data binding over in React, and in Angular we have two-way data binding. And yeah, React is easier to learn and it's like more flexible since it has stronger community and many websites have been created using React rather than Angular. And yeah, that's it, the difference between React and Angular. So as in the first episode, we just covered some basic theory stuffs of what is React and why React should be used and what is the difference between virtual DOM and actual DOM and best competitor for React and all these things. So in second episode, we will just look how to create a React project and we will go into little more deeper. So stay tuned. We will just look into React more in second episode. Thank you.